Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Alternative Jargon episode number 49. Let's start today's episode with a little bit of ASMR. I've got some double action for you guys today. We've got a Spindrift, sparkling water, blood orange tangerine with a dent in it from the local Amish grocery store. Let's get it going. I'm very thirsty right now, but I waited to open this until I recorded the episode for all of you folks out there. I hope you appreciate it. I mentioned I had double action. Listen to this. I hate having things in my pocket, especially when I'm sitting down. And these do not have very deep pockets, so... Anyway, welcome back. This week's episode, I wanted to talk a little bit about misguided conspiracy theories. Now, let me start by saying that I absolutely love conspiracy theories. My entire life, I have been into them since I was old enough to know what one was. I've been really into them. And, you start off basic with things like the moon landing, 9/11, JFK assassination, but you really can get yourself going down a rabbit hole, and I think in another life I may have been a rabbit because I love going down those rabbit holes. It is a really good time, and if you have not done that, I highly recommend getting your shovel out and digging one yourself because it's really fun. And you start off so basic, and before you know it, you are questioning the entire history of the world, and it's really fun. But you can go a little bit crazy if you dig too deep into things and, don't dig too deep. Or dig really deep, but then crawl back up every once in a while. Not everything is as it seems, and the same is true for conspiracy theories. Some people do not know where to draw the line with these things, and things start to all blend together, and before you know it, they're in a schizophrenic episode where nothing is real anymore, and it's just not a good place. So come up, get some fresh air once in a while, remain healthy, get some vitamin D. There's no vitamin D in your rabbit hole, so please, we want you to see the sun once in a while, or we want you to see your son once in a while. If you're a father watching this who has disowned your child because they don't believe QAnon, it's just get some sun. Not everything is a conspiracy theory. And that's really what I want to dig into today. We've really allowed some not-so-smart people to enter into the conspiracy marketplace, and they have taken a mile when we should have never even given them an inch. Internet conspiracy theories used to be made and spread by people who are pretty smart, even if they're a little bit crazy. Usually they seemed pretty knowledgeable about what they were talking about. These people may be pale. You may be able to see their veins through their skin on every inch of their body because they haven't gone outside in a few months, but at least you could put an ounce of trust in whatever they were saying because they've spent so much time on the topic and know they're not healthy and know they probably, they're anemic or something. You want to listen to those people about these things because those are the most entertaining conspiracy theorists. You can argue, too, that people who spread online conspiracy theories are, probably incels, probably have never felt the loving touch of a woman or man if it's a female conspiracy theorist. But, at least they were a little bit smart. That's not as true anymore, though. We've really opened the floodgates. We haven't done it. The internet's done it. And everyone is a conspiracy theorist now. Every single person in our country, in our world. They just subscribe to one or the other. And that's that. Either Joe Biden is wearing a mask being played by Jim Carrey, or, Donald Trump is going to become a dictator. And there's no in between, really. Pick one, It's almost November. But we've allowed people who failed Algebra 1 and blame that failure on the Rothschilds to tell us about the firmament that separates our world from outer space. We've really allowed those people to enter the chat. And we're just letting it happen, okay? Everyone wants to rant about, mass immigration, whether it's legal or illegal, into our country or into wherever else it's happening. But can we talk for a second about the mass immigration of dumb ideas on the internet? Because that may be more rampant than the physical immigration of people throughout the world. And why are we letting it happen? We're standing by. There's nothing we can do about it. Everyone has internet access, and that's how it should be. I think, combat bad speech with good speech is the ultimate thing. Censorship is not right. I'm not saying censor these people. It's a joke. But the first thing I wanted to get into is humiliation rituals. This one is an epidemic all over TikTok, all over Twitter. Anytime somebody does something that might go against a social norm or might be considered embarrassing or weird, everyone wants to call them out. This is the humiliation ritual. Who is he serving? There's a big club and you're not in it. If I had $1 for every time I saw that stupid George Carlin clip that looks like it was on a VHS tape, there's a big club and you're not in it, I would be up there with Bezos right now. When I first saw that clip, when I was 12 years old or whatever, I was like, wow, that is so crazy. The world is so messed up. Who are these elites he's speaking of? And now I've seen it so many times and I can't stand it because it's just common sense. It's common sense. And it wasn't always. I'm not blaming George Carlin for saying that. It's true. Everything he said was true. Back when he said that, people probably weren't as aware that there's a big club and you're not in it. But everyone knows nowadays. It's been very apparent and common knowledge for so long. But there's still people who are like, oh, there are rich people who do things and maybe some of it's bad. Okay, they see that George Carlin clip and they go into their soy face. It's common sense. It is very, very, very common sense, and it's always been this way since the invention of money, since the invention of bartering. When we were cavemen, I'll give you this spear in exchange for some firewood, and eventually somebody has more firewood than the other people, and they have more power, and they're gonna probably do bad stuff with that power. But anyway, back to humiliation rituals. Sorry, went on a little George Carlin tangent there. Soy face. I love soy face. Soy face is great. But yeah, not everything is a humiliation ritual. First of all, let's clear this. Let's clear the air of this. Do I believe humiliation rituals exist? Absolutely. They absolutely do. All types of groups, probably utilize these when new members enter. Everywhere from Hollywood Elite or your local chapter of Pi Lambda. It's just hazing. We always invent new terms for things that already exist. A humiliation ritual is just hazing. It's just a form of hazing. Whenever frat boys have to put their fingers in each other's butts and do the elephant walk while listening to a dumb song and then go recite, the Greek alphabet, that's a humiliation ritual. It's hazing. It's just hazing. We always make new words up for stuff that has been around forever. John Cena walked out naked at the award show. He must be inducting himself into the elite group. First off, John Cena's been an A-list actor celebrity for 20 years. If he still has to go join a club, then I don't know what that club is. The intergalactic fleet of aliens or something. He's already in the club. He's been there. He's done that. He speaks fluent Mandarin. He doesn't have to do any type of hazing anymore. That guy could go probably take Xi Jinping job in China and run China if he wanted, because I think they love him over there. Isn't that a thing? Like him and David Hasselhoff could probably go overthrow that government in like 10 minutes if they wanted. A mediocre NBA player who now plays for the Shanghai Sharks. They could all team up and probably overthrow that government in 20 minutes. But anyway, yeah, John Cena has nowhere further to go up. He's been in every blockbuster movie for the past 10 years. But things like this, it's about attention. People don't realize that when you become a celebrity, when you become famous, no matter what it's for, you're never guaranteed tomorrow, no matter how big you might be. Now, the tip top of this, they don't have to worry about tomorrow, okay? Leonardo DiCaprio could go on a racist Twitter rant today, never get cast in another role, and he'd be fine. He's worth $300 million. But if you're not that tip top, you do have to continue to get attention. And I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Sorry about the delay. There's no delay on your end because it will be cut out. I'm apologizing to myself. Anyway, what I was saying was that the top-level celebrities who have made hundreds of millions of dollars, they don't have to worry about attention anymore. But if you're lower level, you do. Because if you want to continue your career, you have to continue to accept new roles, make new albums, do that thing you do. And I think a lot of the times, if you're starting to fall off, you will take a very drastic course of action just in order to stay in the public eye. A prime example of this is I don't even want to talk about this, but it is a great example, is the Hawk Tuah girl. This girl was in one stupid street interview, made one phrase that was never funny and never will be. But, it blew up among your coworkers, and now she was at a crossroads. She had to decide, do I want to keep working my day job and fall into obscurity? I was an internet meme for a week. Or you quit your job and you sell a merch line and you travel all around the country being obnoxious wherever you have to be, move to LA, go up on stage at country concerts, and, build a career out of nothing. That's the crossroads. So if you're a celebrity, you have to stay in the public eye. You have to do it. Whether you do that by walking on stage naked or, becoming a neo-Nazi, whatever you have to do to stay in the public eye, you have to do it. You just have to do it. It's part of the game. It's just part of the game, It's just part of the game. So, is Harry Styles wearing a dress because it's a humiliation ritual, or it's so he can continue to be famous and, get more attention? Which way is it? Or does he just want to wear a dress? But I don't think he's doing it as a ritual to get into Bohemian Grove. I think he probably already has the invite. Let's be honest. Machine Gun Kelly did not tattoo his whole upper body black because he's a Freemason who builds lodges for top members. He probably did it because he has bad taste and he wanted to look black. I don't know. It was up to him. So he did it. The biggest, another huge one here, is the Michael Rubin all-white party. This one really made me mad, and I discussed this a little bit on an episode previous. I don't remember which episode it was, but it was one of them. But anyway, everyone thinks that the Michael Rubin all-white party is like Epstein's Island, and people go there and sacrifice goats in front of candles, and there's chanting and all this stuff. The Michael Rubin all-white party is a photo op. It's a photo op. Okay? It's a place where celebrities can come together, take a picture together, have a couple beers, do a couple key bumps, and then go home. It's not that deep. I promise you, it is not that deep. Does Michael Rubin have soulless eyes? Yes, but it's because he runs Fanatics, one of the worst brands in the world, and he probably doesn't have a soul, but that doesn't mean he's sacrificing goats in front of Tom Brady and Lil Baby. Let's be real here. Just the media literacy rates are just astoundingly low among some people. The Michael Rubin party is a photo op, okay? It's a rich guy who probably doesn't have a soul who goes, I have this cool house in the Hamptons, and I've always wanted to meet Livy Dunn, and I've always wanted to meet Kevin Durant and LeBron. Whoever else goes to that, I don't know. It's such a random group. It's basically athletes or influencers. These are not the people sacrificing lambs to Moloch. You've got the wrong target. I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but that's not what they're doing there. They're there to... It's a famous person LinkedIn event. It's nothing more. The satanic parties are the ones you can't see. The satanic parties are not on Instagram, all right? They're not on TikTok. You don't know where they happen. They probably do happen in the Hamptons, but not at Ruben's place, all right? If you're in the mood for some really depraved stuff and you get the invite from Ruben, you go, it's too slow for me. I need something higher speed, Just doesn't fit my vibe. I'm not really into it. Mike, he can throw a party, but there's not enough blood involved at Mike's place, There's just, it's not really my thing. It's so high school, Now, are there some, bad parties that you probably can see? Probably. But I think people took they put it right in your face thing. They took that whole thing way too far. Sure, some of it leaks through the edges. Some of it seeps out. Some of this evil that evil people do, it slips through the cracks and enters the public domain. Absolutely, I agree with that. But I don't think these people are always intentionally putting it in your face to flaunt it to you. I don't think that's what they're doing. Most of the time, you could make the argument about Doja Cat's Freemason party birthday thing, where she comes out in a demon suit and eats a cake with the compass on it with a G in the middle. That's a little far, and you might be onto something there. But I think but then again, is that just another, I need attention, my album sales are down, I'm going to shave my head? Which, it's hard to decipher. But I think 99% of the secrets that elites are keeping, they're keeping. And I don't think, the real elites, Skull and Bones, Illuminati, the Rothschilds, they're not on Instagram. They're not posting pictures of, I don't know. Their gamer tag on Xbox is not like Rule the World 666. It's nothing like that. They probably like to keep their evil exclusive. And wouldn't you? Yeah, the celebrity elitist satanic ritual group has been greatly watered down, okay? I don't think Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross are injecting adrenochrome. All right, people, your favorite Twitch streamer is not invited to Bohemian Grove. All right, Jake Paul is not in the United Nations basement, chanting Latin in front of a portrait of Lucifer or something. Just everyone thinks that every single person that's famous is in this group, and it's not. They're not. Not everyone is in it. Okay? And here come the comments. That alternative jargon guy is definitely a satanic guy. Dude, he's just a pawn in their game. He's trying to climb the rank. Okay? You're taking it too far, and you're drawing attention away from conspiracy theories that actually probably are real, and that actually matter, and that actually impact your life. So, Taylor Swift does not have enough brain cells to understand anything other than creating bland music and selling 74 variants of the same trash album. I don't think she's a satanic pedophile, okay? I don't think she's on Democrat payroll. I don't think she understands a word with more than 2 syllables in it that's not about one of her breakups or anything. So I don't think that she is on the elite payroll. And then one of my favorite ones is, I guess, on her Eras tour, she stands on a big platform, and everyone was like, "That's right in your face. She is trying to show that she is actually a Muslim because this looks like Mecca." And How do you reply to that? How do you reply to that? Yeah, you're right, dude. Looks like Mecca. I guess Taylor Swift is a Muslim. I'm going to go take my 15-minute break now and eat a Lunchable in my car, if that's cool. But, sure, Taylor Swift is Muslim. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. Sure. Yeah, to be a true elite, you have to have a brain. And I think Taylor's is probably half rotted from cocaine and men at this point. And no, she's not a feminist icon. A feminist icon doesn't have a discography that is completely motifed by nothing but breakups and men and this and that and I knew you were trouble when you walked in. A feminist icon doesn't try to push other women off the charts every time they come out with a new project by releasing her same project again. But this time it's a voice memo of me farting from my iPhone. Apologize on the tangent again, but if I didn't mention Taylor Swift at least once an episode, would it really be complete? I actually don't bring her up that often, but I do think the tide is turning on that one. I think people are waking up to her antics if they weren't already. And don't get me wrong, I've got a couple Taylor Swift songs in my liked songs. They're all from 10 years ago when she actually made stuff with a decent melody and stuff. But yeah, I have a couple. And I don't hate her, and I'm not misogynistic, because you're not allowed to hate Taylor Swift or not like her music. Because if you do that, you are misogynistic, and you are against the feminist movement. But anyway, most of the real elites stay in the shadows. And if you really want to talk about the Hollywood elite, the old Hollywood, okay, go sit down with a guy like Jack Nicholson or Clint Eastwood or any of these old school Hollywood actors, because they have seen things that you would not be able to comprehend. And I can guarantee that. But Jake Paul and Logan Paul and, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson probably haven't seen much compared to what they've seen. The old Hollywood, back when it was still on top of the world and probably as evil as ever, I don't doubt that there was crazy stuff going on. Absolutely insane stuff going on. But are we really going to trust our, if you're the head of Warner Bros. Or one of these companies and you're deep in the Hollywood trenches, you're, partying every night in the Beverly Hills, doing shots of adrenochrome on your breaks from the studio, stuff like that. You're not going to look at these TikTok kids that get famous and go, I'd like to invite him to the next ritual. I think he could really fit in with us here. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We don't trust these kids. They're going to go run their mouth. They're going to go put this on TikTok. While we're in the middle of this, they're going to have a ring light on. Get out. Get out of here. All right, it would be like the scene from Eyes Wide Shut where they all, they make Tom Cruise take his mask off. You just wouldn't be able to fit in. These TikTok kids, they're not real elites. And they never will be, I don't think. There are definitely some that could, though. Number one, Harry Sisson. That guy would totally fit in at the Rockefeller Mansion parties, stuff like that. Totally. Oh, that guy would be all over that. He'd be all over. He would make a great member of, the 33rd degree Freemasons. He would be awesome. And honestly, he's probably already climbing the ranks. Let's be real here. But yeah, these people have seen things, and, you wouldn't be able to comprehend what Jack Nicholson has probably seen, what Clint Eastwood has probably seen, because that's the old Hollywood. People today see Taylor Swift or Charlie XCX take a key bump, and they're like, Hollywood is so crazy, dude. They're definitely all, the Antichrist. Oh my gosh, it's so tired. It's so tired. So tired, so watered down. Yeah. Wasn't everything a little bit more fun when the Hollywood elites were probably actually sacrificing goats in the Beverly Hills? At least they committed to the bit, At least they went the whole 9 yards. But yeah, these are some dumb conspiracies, but I want to talk briefly about some conspiracies that are actually fun. These ones are not fun. They're way too into the common sphere, which means most of them are completely wrong now. But some more niche ones that are still very pure and potent that I see online. Let's talk about Agartha. So basically this Agartha thing, and it's hilarious, by the way. And I think some of the best conspiracy theories are the ones that you can laugh at. Because no, I don't believe Agartha's real. But man, is it entertaining to sit there and watch videos of people who do. And the thing is, too, these ones are so ridiculous that there's not really a place for them in the everyday sphere of ideas. Obviously, the Hollywood elite ones are, the humiliation rituals are. They're very much in the common realm, the common sphere now. But these ones are still kind of behind the shadows, and that makes it more fun. Agartha is a theory or a place. So essentially, if I could be getting some of this wrong, but based on the stuff that I've seen online about it, people believe that the Nazis were contacted by interdimensional beings and they entered their bodies as parasites called vrils, V-R-I-L, and basically the Nazis were aided by aliens in order to purify the human race and make the Aryan race the only one on planet Earth. Now they failed. They failed miserably, but people believe that Agartha is where these aliens are from, and everyone there is white with blonde hair and blue eyes. And man, is it so fun to sit around and watch people with voices in their head make edits about this stuff. I'll see like a fan cam cap cut edit of pictures of Hitler mixed in with pictures of flying saucers, pyramids, and white women. And that is like the greatest thing on my For You page I've seen in years. Really entertaining stuff. Really love to sink my teeth into some neo-Nazi propaganda. It's just really funny stuff. Now, unfortunately, even though apparently Hitler was being aided by by aliens from Agartha, they were not strong enough. They still lost. We still kicked their butt. So I don't know where these people that believe this stuff lost that part in the history books. But they did, because they didn't win. Another really fun one is Tartarian mud floods. The ancient empire of Tartaria, according to this theory, was apparently a people who could harness free energy through things like pyramids and fireplaces and things like that. And a lot of the buildings throughout the whole world have the same architecture. And the theory is that these people harnessed energy for free and lived in a utopia and could build things really exquisitely and really quickly. And then bad people took over. The earth was flooded with mud. And the bad people took power and covered up the entire history of Tartaria. And now we're stuck in a world where everyone is kind of competing just to stay alive all over the world. This one's really fun. It's really cool. And there are globes from, there are really old globes that do have Tartaria on it. Tartaria was apparently like in Russia. And some of the stuff that they did build hundreds of years ago is very exquisite. Look at those cathedrals. Look at monuments, statues, all those things. They're pretty cool. And this theory I do give some ear to, even though I don't believe it. But I give some ear to it, which says a lot because most stuff I see now is just completely stupid and a waste of your thoughts, a waste of your critical thinking skills. But yeah, this one's cool. I like to think about it. Yeah, it's fun. And maybe I might get an Ancestry DNA kit for Christmas because I think that'd be fun. And if it comes back Tartarian, that'd be sick. I don't think it will, but it would be fun. It'll probably come back heavily German. I know I have a lot of German in me, as does basically every white person in the U.S. that doesn't live in New York, where you're probably Italian or Irish or whatever. And maybe if it comes back majority German, I'll get an invite to Agartha. That'd be really cool. So, but yeah, the reason I like these theories is because you can discuss them half as a joke and half not. And they're really fun. And there's not a lot left that's still fun to talk about or think about. People begging you to believe in humiliation rituals at every level, it's just obnoxious. And it's just obnoxious. They want you to fully believe and fully commit to that idea. But these ones are basically jokes, which makes it fun. And there is a big difference there. But anyway, I think we're at about the half-hour mark. New comedy sketch will be out very soon. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
We will leave you with a... I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
Write that down! Write that down!